Hello, it is Truth Tuesday again, and today I'm continuing with the Mummy Files after recording my daughter last week and just discovering some of the things that I honestly did not know she thought about. So I guess some of the systems that I put in place as an entrepreneur working from home have actually worked. Although she does try it sometimes, it's actually quite encouraging. So it's really encouraging to see that what I'm doing is actually having an impact and having a change. So today I'm literally just going to talk about scheduling when you have family, when you have a child, when you have other things to do as a mother, a sister, a wife, that kind of thing. Because I haven't always been a single mom. I was a wife before, and at that time I was literally at the beginnings of my entrepreneurial journey, and I used to make dresses for little kids. I used to have a kids collection because I didn't really know what direction I wanted to go in, but I knew I wanted to be in business. And that was my first time ever registering a company. I think it was called Linique. If some people know me from back in the day, I'd kind of always been throwing names about, throwing names of Linique, throwing names of just different names. So to start off with, I met my husband in 2003 and we got married at the end of that year. So by then I'd already registered my first company. I was already trying out different things and just like literally living out that entrepreneurial journey. And it came to a point where he needed to study and we thought it was best that I actually go to work. And he continued studies in, I think he was a mechanical engineer. So let's fast forward because let's fast forward to this time. So I've always tried to work around what I've got. And yesterday, the most amazing revelation I got was that sometimes we try and separate the fact that we are in business as in our family is not business, but that is a business. Our children are in business. I always have to plan out what I'm going to do. I've always had to plan out that literally my daughter comes home normally at about 4. So I normally stop whatever I'm doing at 4 and I'm in the she normally finds me in the kitchen and I'm doing something, I'm cooking or I'm making her sandwiches for her to eat, just so that she knows that I'm there for that time. And then that's normally about 30 to 40 minutes, and then I come kind of back into work mode at 5 because I know she's off doing her homework and doing her own things. So from about 5 to 6 I tend to be then just finishing up and packing up my work because I finish work at 6. So I tend to start around 4 a.m. That's another story for another time, because the way I worked it out, I am a morning person. I used to think I was a night person, but I really am a morning person. So I think the thing that I'm trying to get at in today's Truth Tuesday is having to work around family and not allowing things to get on top of us, because as women we wear so many hats. Like I always have to schedule in time to be that, to be the mom, to be the friend, to be the in my case I also have to be a provider as well because I am a lone parent. So with considering all of that, I have to factor in all those different hats that I have to wear at different times. So I know I can fully commit to my business between 8:30, which is when my daughter leaves home at 8 really. So from 8 till about 4, I know that I am fully in work mode. It's like I'm at an office. I treat it as an office. I do actually dress up to go to my office, which is my lounge, because that shifts my mindset in that I'm not mom anymore. I am someone who's working. I am someone who's in an office, and I treat it as such. I treat myself as an employee and not an employer, because I am the employer of me being the employer. So I treat myself as an employee. I really hold time with high regard. And if I'm scheduling any appointments, I tend to schedule them between 10 and 4. So that also gives me the time to, if I'm going out to meet someone, say if it's at midday, then it also gives me time to be able to be back on time. And if I'm not going to be back on time, I always let her know or send her a text message. Normally she'll text me anyway to find out where I am. What else? I think really for Mommy Files, there's not much to really delve into other than scheduling and getting work done, because I always have to factor her in first. The reason I started this journey is so that I could be at home for her growth, and that I am able to cater to her needs for when she needs me. So I do, my most important role is a mother first, and then everything else comes after that. The businesswoman comes after that. Yes, it may be working for our advantage, but it comes after being a mother. So really, I guess the whole thing of today's recording is to kind of drum through the importance of scheduling, the importance of setting time intentionally for what you are going to be doing. I have realized that, look, there's only so much I can stress over her. I mean, she's now 15, she's literally her own woman now. There's only so much I can stress over her, and I do try and give her as much independence as possible, because I'm training her to be an interdependent and also independent woman, because she is going to have to learn how to pay her own bills one day. She's going to have to learn, should she choose to be in business, she's going to have to learn how to manage her time. And the only way I can teach her that is if I show her how it's done, basically. So our kids are always watching us, our partners are always watching us, our friends are always watching us, and they kind of gauge how they fit into our lives. My business is not too important to not be mindful of my daughter, which is why for me scheduling is very important. I do treat my business as 9 to 5, as in the time wise that I will work between a certain time and a certain time. Some people have texted me on Mondays and you get a message saying that I'm not available, because that is my personal day off. That's another thing that we forget to do, is to give to ourselves. I literally take Mondays off just for me. Before Rona, that was for my nails, that was for my hair, that was to get go into the beauty parlor to get brows, lashes, facials, all of that, toes, the works. So I used to do that on Mondays, but now that, because we have been in quarantine and lockdown and things have kind of got a little bit after work, and sometimes a bit scary to actually go out and get things done, I have had to learn how to do my own nails. As you can see, they are now done, whereas in the other video they are not done. So technically I try and have the time for me, because at the end of the day, if you're running a business, you can only go as far as your own engine will allow. Your employers are literally looking up to you to how you want this to be done. So there are certain things that I'd love to do, that I'd love to expand and have bigger spaces, but I always want it to be a case where my child knows I'm here for them, where my partner knows I'm here for him, where my siblings know I'm here for them, that my business is not that important. I can drop it if need be, because that's the important business. For me as well, I am very much into my church life, so that is also important to me. So I will give it time. It's allocated time, so I allocate time to things, and I always say I'm never really busy. It's just I make time for those things that are important, and we all kind of expect that back there. I don't believe anyone's ever busy. It's just we always make time for what we think is important. And for me, it's my daughter. For me, it's my family. For me, it's those people that are going to be there for me on my deathbed. So I do make time for them. I do make time for my spiritual growth. I do make time for my personal growth. I do make time for my mental health as well, which is very important. I believe in being whole to run a business, like fully functioning, nothing lacking. I totally believe in fully functioning. And if there comes a time when I'm feeling tired, I step away and I take a break and I apologize. And if there's things I can't do, I literally say I cannot do them. That's it really for Shrewd Tuesday. I don't want it to be too long and drag on. I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing off. I feel so pretty. I feel like a Marilyn Monroe. I don't want to take it off. But yeah, that's it for Truth Tuesday. And then just check out the stories to see how I then uploaded this and recorded, like, and literally chopped out the bits that I didn't want. And because I'm actually doing a day with me today. Scary, but the usual. Have an amazing Tuesday. I'll be back tomorrow with the Retail Wednesday, and we're literally just gonna start going into production, because I think that's the one thing I'm really good at production, the nitty-gritties that go into production. Have an amazing day. And look, if you have any questions, just ask in the comments. I do Ask Me Anything Mondays. Ask me then as well if you want to save your questions for them. But just DM me. I do respond to my messages. Honestly, I tell. I only have 400 followers. Who's going to be messaging me all the time? Have an amazing day.